Welcome back, everybody. The Aaron's High Cap Adventure Radio program, September 23rd, 2017. And ladies and gentlemen, sitting to my left is our new Milam County Game Warden, and it's Derek Rennspies. And I'm very excited to have him here. We've been without one for a while, and now we've got one, and he's a fine, outstanding young man here, and I'm going to introduce him to you now. Derek, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. I know you got a super busy schedule. How are you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. About yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I wanted, if you could, Derek, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into what we're going to talk about, and that's basically hunting and new rules and all the other stuff that goes with it. But tell everybody who you are and what you want them to know about you.
Yeah, I'm Derek Rennspies. I'm the new game warden here in Milam County. I added a 61st Academy. Yeah, this is my first duty station here in Milam. So far, it's been a busy county, and I'm really enjoying it.
And you've been a warden for how long though? You said you.
We started back in January, so since January.
Wow, so you got your own county that fast?
Yeah, well, you go through the academy in January, then when you get out, they assign you a county, and I was very fortunate to get Milam County.
Well, why are you fortunate with Milam County? You live around the area? Or?
Well, no, I'm actually from a little bit south of here, but with the big
like
border,
frontier territory out here. Huh?
Yeah, this is still one of the more wild counties left out there, and it's a one warden county, so one warden county is good because you can kind of work your own schedule, and there's pros and cons. You don't have a partner to work with, but you got good game wardens around you also.
I was just going to ask you, if it's a one warden county, what is your support system other than other wardens who may?
Well, I'm very fortunate. I got the sheriff's office. David Green, he was a former game warden. He's been a super good asset.
I'm
Him
sure
and Chris
he would
both.
be. Yeah, he's been game warden for how long was he?
I think around 30 years, a long time, but he is an awesome game warden. And
I've heard many stories
sheriff.
about David. He's very good at being a game warden. He's been around for a long time. I just hear lots of things about he pops up out of nowhere.
He does. He definitely has a good reputation here.
All right, so you have a good mentor? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, actually, good mentor, good support system. If you need anything, the county always seems to be there to help.
Fantastic. Okay, I wrote down a bunch of questions that I think a lot of people are probably asking or would like to know. And I've got the book here, the Outdoor Annual Texas Parks and Wildlife Hunting and Fishing Regulations. If you see it there in the video, you can get it at Walmart where I got my license, or somewhere else, I'm sure. And is there anything new going on for this year that you want to talk about and get everybody up to speed to make sure we have no mistakes?
Yes, something I really want to hit on is hunter's education. That's one of the most common things we come across in the field, the most common calls I get. There was a new law passed, and it's active as of September 1st, on hunter ed exemptions. So if you're a peace officer, if you're state or federal military, or retired, you are now exempt from hunter's education. However, with that being said, you can do hunter's ed online, or you can do it in person. I mean, personally, my wife just did it online. That's by far the easiest way to do it.
Well, let's be clear, because you're saying if you're law enforcement or military retired, it doesn't matter the age, or if you're within that certain time frame where you have to
Correct.
go get a license.
You do not need hunter's education
Now,
anymore.
that aside, now you're talking in general, if somebody wants to take a
Yes,
license.
in general, for the general public,
Okay.
non-law enforcement or military, that you can take it online or in person. Like growing up, we took it in school. It was just kind of offered through the ag class. But now, like my wife, she just took it online. You can do the class in, say 4 to 8 hours.
I know you were talking to me yesterday, and I'm thinking, I think about this 10, 15-hour class, and now you're saying 48 hours
If
online.
you buckle down, you can get it done. Now, some important things to note on hunter's education: if you're born on or after September 2nd, 1971, you have to have hunter's ed. You got to go take the class. Now, if you just want to go out for the first time hunting and you're not sure hunting something you want to do, there's a thing Parks and Wildlife offers. It's called a hunter's ed deferral. And you can go, when you go buy your license at Walmart, say there in Rockdale, now you can just buy this hunter ed deferral, and it's good for 1 year.
Oh, that's good to know.
So you can, do a kind of a test run on whether you want to do it or not. But
How much does that cost?
I think it's $10 right now.
Well, that's a pretty good offer.
And all that information is in the Outdoor Annual. So, get a Walmart and you pick one up. The feed store there in Rockdale has one to the general store.
Well, let's say you've got somebody who has to have the hunter safety, and you stop them. Do they have to have any type of identification that they took the course, or is it just based in the banks, the computer banks, and you look it up?
So it's how that works. When you print your license off, if you have hunter's ed, then a lot of times it'll show up in the license, but not all the time. The system's not always perfect. So Parks and Wildlife will issue you a card You just need to make sure that you always keep that card on you along with your driver's license.
Okay. And when you request it, they got to have it on them, right?
Correct. They got to have it on them. And the thing about Hunter's Ed is if we write someone a citation for Hunter's Ed that doesn't have it, if they take the course within 90 days, the ticket will be dismissed when you show proof to the judge that you've taken it.
Okay. All right, very good. What else we got here? We're talking about... I was mentioning to you yesterday any new laws, and you said, yeah, there's a few. Is that one of those laws you're talking about?
That was the main law that I wanted to hit on. The others are, penal code laws.
Another thing we had discussed, and you hear the rumors of this, and I hate rumors because it'll get you in trouble. Agent of the owner. Remember we were discussing that? How you got a property owner, and a property owner can go out and shoot a hog that is disrupting his fields. Now that's a question right there. And then the other question is the owner's allowing somebody to come and hunt on their property, so they're the agent of the owner, which means they don't need a license. Now tell us why that's wrong.
Okay, so there's a difference between hunting and controlling a depredating issue. For example, if the farmer's out there driving his field and he sees a group of feral pigs digging up his crop, he does not need a hunting license to dispatch those animals because they're depredating animals. Now, if this farmer has some guy from, say, Cameron or Rockdale come out and pays them $200 to go hunting for a pig that's out there, well, now you're in the sport of hunting. You're no longer just getting rid of depredating animals.
What is depredating preventive maintenance?
Sir?
What if the owner's saying, look, I'm having hog problems, I'm too busy doing this, I want you to come out to my property and do it. Do they still need a license?
Now, if he comes out and says, hey, I'm helping this farmer with depredating animals, you don't need a license. But on the flip side, if you're going to be hunting for the act of a sport, you need your hunting license.
Okay, no matter what it is, you need a license.
No matter what it is. If you want to go collect snakes, you got to have a hunting license. If you want to go bird hunting, you want to go hog hunting, you want to go deer hunting, dove hunting, it don't matter, you need your hunting license.
Okay. Anything else on that particular topic?
I'll just mention something. The minimum age to do Hunter's Ed is 9 years old. If you're under that, you have to be accompanied by somebody. And for the deferral, if you get that deferral, you have to be accompanied with somebody also. In normal voice range, they have to be 17 years of age or older and have Hunter's Ed or born before that September 2nd, 71.
Number here is 254-697-6633, 254-697-6633. If you have any questions, give us a call right now. Got a few more minutes to go here. Warden, what about illegal weapons? I remember when you guys go to like the Expo Center or something for display, and they got the trailer there with all the different types of illegal weapons. Give us an idea. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of ideas you could give us as to what's illegal, methods that are illegal.
The most common one that I'll talk about is migratory game birds. When you're dove hunting, an illegal weapon would be having your plug not being in the shotgun on a semi-auto or pump-action shotgun. So if you can hold more than 3 rounds in the gun, that's 2 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, that's now an illegal gun to be hunting with.
So if you're using a shotgun for self-defense and you're maximizing its capacity with 5 rounds, and you decide to go out and start shooting migratory birds, and you forget to put the plug in, you're screwed. So make sure you got 2 separate shotguns. Okay?
You're definitely not within the law.
Tell us some other things about illegal weapons or illegal tactics on how to hunt.
Okay, so any migratory game bird, you cannot hunt from a moving vehicle. So let's use duck hunters, for example.
Heck, it's hard enough to shoot it when I'm standing still.
Hey, you would think, but like rallying birds, you can't be on a four-wheeler running through the field with your shotgun on your shoulder shooting while you're driving.
That's just dangerous.
That's dangerous on top of that. Okay. Not just illegal, but it's dangerous.
Optics, lasers, flashlights.
If you're deer hunting, well, you can't hunt deer at night. You know that. But if you want to hunt with fancy optic, red dots, you can hunt with red dots. You can hunt with suppressors.
Well, let's clarify why a red dot's okay as compared to a laser. Because if I remember this correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, sir, the laser projects a beam onto the animal, whereas
Correct.
the red dot stays within the confines of the optic device.
Correct.
So that's okay. A flashlight's not good because it projects a beam of light onto the animal.
Yes. If you want to use a flashlight during the day, but it really wouldn't make much sense. But you can have a flashlight in your gun if you want.
You said something though that made me raise this question. When it says 30 minutes prior to dawn and 30 minutes to dusk.
For deer hunting.
How do you determine that? Is it like, well, the sun's about to pop up over that tree line,
So,
or do you do it based on the
the absolute best way is almost everybody has an iPhone, right? Or some kind of computer where they can, if you go on that phone and go to the National Weather Channel or any kind of weather app, it always gives you sunrise and sunset. So that's the easiest way to determine it.
How do they do that, man? You got
You got me.
They got sunrise, and here I'm in a valley, and you're on top of the valley. Your sunrise is different than my sunrise, and I'm only about 3/4 of a mile away from you.
Well, I can tell you when we go off the law, we use our phone on a weather app, and we say, okay, well, sunset today is 7:35 or whatever.
Okay.
So,
all right. What about? Why can't you use a phone that cranks to fish with?
so that's shocking fish.
That's a shocking question.
I think that's been illegal for a long time.
Yes.
It's even illegal to be in possession of one here in the state of Texas. That's not something you want to get caught with.
Possession of a crank phone?
A shocking device.
While you're doing the fishing?
Yes.
Okay.
So just having one on your person is enough.
That's enough.
Okay, let's talk license to carry. Let's talk open carry. Let's talk concealed carry. When you're hunting, when it's bow season. Let's talk about that.
Better have your license to carry permit on you.
Wasn't it before though? Even if you didn't have your license to carry, you're out hunting. Weren't you able to carry some type of handgun?
I'm not really sure on that. I don't want to give you no misinformation on that.
All right. But no big deal. License to carry. If you got it on you, no matter what the season is, as long as
Just
you
have your permit on you.
Okay.
And you'll be fine.
Very good.
Something I want to touch on real quick if you got a minute.
Sure.
So I know a lot of people go dove hunting with their friends, and they may not always want to take 1 or 2 birds home. So if you're going to give your buddy who maybe shot his limit, your limit of birds or how many birds you shot, in the back of your outdoor annual, there's a wildlife resource document that you need to fill out and give it to him. Because if he gets pulled over on a traffic stop, or if I catch him running a stop sign and then I see he has, 25 birds well over his limit, well, I'm going to be asking some questions why he's 25 birds. But if he has his document on him, that'll show, hey, my buddy didn't want his birds. Mm-hmm. He gave them to me as a donation. Here's the form, and he'll be covered.
Okay, very good. Oh, gosh, I was just going to ask you a question here. Trey, help me out. I just had a brain cramp big time. It was about, this is what it was. You're hunting deer. You shoot the deer, and then you tag it. And you bring it home, everything's good. What's the purpose? How do you guys account for, or what's the accounting process for the license? The license, I know the funds go to certain things. It tries to keep some type of control, and it tries to help out nature, the whole works. I get all that. But how do you keep track if somebody shoots the deer, tags it properly, gets home, nobody ever says anything or asks any questions? How do you keep track of it? How do you know how many deer have actually been taken down so you can make account for who gets special permits later in that year?
So, for example, you're just talking about general hunt license, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if someone goes out and shoots a deer, they're going to tear that tag out. They're going to fill the back of it out, cut the day and month and all that out. Make sure you cut it out. Don't black it out. It has to be cut out. So the next time I check them, I can look at their license and be like, oh, okay, he's done shot a deer, and I'll ask him about it. It kind of helps us when we're checking licenses to keep track of.
I get that when you actually look at it, but how does it help when they come to figure out the game population? Doesn't that kind of help them know how many deer have been taken? So they can...
Well, I don't know if they use it so much off of licenses. A lot of it's done off of surveys. They do deer count surveys. It's usually how they figure out the populations.
Okay, all right. We're running out of time, Derek, so why don't you tell everybody...
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is there somewhere you can go to find a list of what's considered a pest animal? What you call a depredating animal?
Well, there's not so much a list. A depredating animal is really an animal that causes damage to your land. Right. So, for example, it could be a coyote attacking livestock, or it could be, a beaver chewing up your,
Could be anything, whatever is destroying
anything that's depredating. Now, you got to be careful. There's some things that are actually protected that you cannot shoot. Eagles, hawks, a lot of the, prey birds you cannot shoot, but you can go through certain measures to get permits to do that.
Very good.
Is there like some places there may be an actual pest, like here in Milam County? I know we have a huge problem with wild hogs, but that may not be the same issue in another county.
There's no quote unquote list of
Okay.
depredating animals.
Do you have bounties on any type of animals?
You know, I don't know if there's any bounties in this county here.
I know they had it on
but
coyotes, right?
At
And
one
I don't-
point in time, the county I grew up in, there was, you know, you could get money for raccoons, coyotes, and I believe there's certain counties in the state that do feral pigs too, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so
Okay.
don't.
Well, Derek, since we're running out of time, is there anything you want to say that you can give to the people that they can either help you or make contact with you if you want them to, or anything in general you want to say before we
There's
go?
two things I want to touch on. First, and then my most common question is doe hunting. When can we shoot does this year? How many can we shoot? Here in Milam County, you can start doe hunting for archery season. You have a limit of 2 does. Now this limit of 2 does is for archery, general, and muzzleloader. So if you shoot one in archery and then one in muzzleloader, that's your 2 does.
Okay.
Now during general season, rifle season, what most people call it, it's from September. Where is it at here? Oh, the 23rd to the 26th. So it's about that weekend of Thanksgiving, and it's still 2 does. Okay, it's a 2-buck county also. I just wanted to. I get that question a lot, so I wanted to put that in there.
Okay, very good. How about if they need to make contact with you? Is there any way to do that?
Yes.
And that won't overwhelm you?
Please call me 254-482-0892. That's 254-482-0892.
And what should they be telling you? If they have a question, that's fine, but if they...
The biggest thing is trespassing. You have someone trespassing, hunting on your property, and they're supposed to be there.
Mhm.
Call me as soon as you see them. Don't confront them. Don't talk to them. Don't wait 2 or 3 hours to call me or the next day. Call me. The sooner you call me, the sooner we can get there. So as soon as you can call, the better.
Fantastic. Warden, I can't thank you enough for coming on the show. A lot of good information. I'm sure we could talk for another hour based on this stuff, but we're limited on time. But I want to thank you for taking time out of your day and coming on the show. And ladies and gentlemen, probably Monday or Tuesday we'll have this video up in case you want to go over some things, see our new game warden here from Milam County, what he looks like, and the phone number, so on and so forth. So, Warden, thanks again.
Thank
for
you.
coming on.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Trey, let's take it out with a commercial, and we're going to come back in just a little bit, and we'll have Master Cindy Key doing her Central Texas martial arts and telling us how to stay safe. Be back on the other side.